Welcome back to KTN Weekend at 1. We're continuing with this special live coverage of the last day of the political party primaries in the country. And the ODM party is conducting its nominations in Nairobi County. Let's now speak to Trix Ngado, who is live in Makongeni. Trix, a lot of logistical issues have been reported in many of the polling stations. Is the script any different where you are?
Right, Michelle, the script is not different right here. In fact, I think this place has the mother of all logistical issues. We all know that the voting process is supposed to start at 6 this morning, but these people have waited for 7 hours. Some of them who came earlier than 6, clearly more than 7 hours, and the voting has just started. What's happening right now is that the agents who allowed...
All right, we do apologize for that sound hitch there. Trix Ngado is joining us by way of video phone, and we'll be joining her in just a few moments. But let's sort of live to Githurai. Zinzi Kibiku is holding fort there. Zinzi, what can you report so far?
All right, good afternoon, Michelle. That's right. We're here in Githurai Primary School. Voting had started late. We've been moving between Zimmerman, Githurai, and Roysambu. But just to get a feel of how it's been, let's hear from the people themselves. Right now, I'm joined by Timothy Liani, who is running of MCA under this specific ward. You've been on the ground the whole day.
Yeah.
And things have been starting very late, voting.
Yeah.
Are you feeling confident about this specific nomination?
Yeah, I'm confident. It picked up a little bit slowly, and things were not too fast, too quickly. But around 10, 11, it started picking up. And of course, it's on Sunday, and people were in churches.
Yeah.
So
it's like symmetrics in a peak, more noise.
So we hope for the best.
Okay.
Probably towards the end of the day. We expect a good turnout and good results.
All right, but you've been seeing the low outcomes that have been happening,
yeah.
And the fact that voting has also been starting late.
Yeah.
Some of the Kenyans, like you said, are just coming from church. Do you have confidence that Kenyans will come out today and still vote within these primaries?
Yeah, of course they will. They will, because right now there are also announcements in churches, church services.
All right.
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges as an aspirant have you been facing on the ground today?
Okay, some of the challenges are a bit of organization in terms of how the whole thing, the exercise should be. And then apart from that, it's also tactfully about the day.
All right, let's cross over live to Makongeni now, where Trix Ngado is live. Trix, earlier on you were telling me that Makongeni polling station probably has the mother of all logistical problems witnessed today. What is happening there?
Yeah, exactly, Michelle. And evidence of that problem is the noise coming from the crowds that have milled around the polling station. People who waited for over 7 hours from 6, and some even earlier than that, to have a chance to vote, but were not able to because the ballot boxes and the ballot papers didn't arrive here on time. And of course, this is causing a lot of impatience. And the people who have showed up here have vuvuzelas, and they're just rowdy. I think this is owing to the impatience of the wanting to vote at this polling station for hours and hours and not being able to. We're having some even shouting at me over the fence. Clearly, people are eager to get over and done with this. And this is also a place where 3 wards are being combined. One polling station. We have this is St. Joseph Opudo Primary School, whereby the Makongeni ward, Mbotela ward, and Kaloleni, also known as Lolo to some locals here, all the people from those 3 wards have come here to vote, but clearly they haven't. They just started, but who's going to be happy standing under this hot noon sun, you know? So this is clearly understandable that these people have a lot of grievances, and especially when some of them start voting and do not find their names on the register. And then to add insult to injury, you're having some aspirants not agreeing on whether they want the IEBC IBC register or to be used, while others feel the ODM registers to be used, while others want both registers to be used. So this is, of course, a recipe for chaos. This is Makadara ward, whereby we are going to have Ruben Dolo, the veteran politician, having it out with George Aladwa, who is a local favorite, according to some locals who have spoken to. So this is going to have it out, and whoever wins is going to face off on the August 8th with the current MP, who is Benson Kangara. So this is what's happening in Makongeni ward. It's been a long wait for most, and the queue is just probably about 10 people have voted. That is really, really unfortunate for this area, because it carries a really large number of voters. We are having at least 160,000 people from all the 4 wards, and three of these wards population are coming here, registered voters, to carry out that exercise. So we're going to be keeping you up to date. In previous polling stations that I had taken a look at, where the exercise had not started up to 7, some of them started up to at least 9:30. Most of them had gone on with the process. The same issue of the registers. Some people who had voted for a long time at particular polling stations say they cannot find their names on those on the registers, and also some people do not understand that the registers that are provided by the IBC are from 2013 and not 2017, and therefore they do not find their names on the register after changing locations, voting locations, and those are some of the problems. So it sometimes boils down to civic education, or how well informed people are, and others just are not informed on the process. So we are having them asking their agents to help them vote, and this is something that doesn't go well with some people, because they feel the agents are going to influence them to vote in one particular direction. But if you can still hear the noise, people are still making a lot of noise, blowing the vuvuzelas, trying to create some type of chaos. I think I would just say that this boils down to the long 7-hour wait that is finally over, but clearly nobody is happy with how the matters have been handled here at St. Joseph Apudo Primary School in Makadara constituency here in Makongeni. That's it.
Just before we let you go, let's speak more about the merging of polling stations, because we've had several instances today, and it seems to be creating quite a bit of confusion. Were the supporters in the know that the polling stations would be merged, or is it something that they found out this morning?
I have spoken to polling clerks on several polling stations who have attributed this to trying to ensure that they do not have logistical issues. This boils down also to funding. So they're trying to cramp down populations of certain wards into one polling station, making the queues really long, and then the delays do not make it any easier for both the voters or the officials who are supposed to be taking care of matters on the ground. So we were in Kamukunji, where at least 2 wards were being directed to one polling station. So there's 2 wards to one polling stations. Here we are having 3, and this is a large area, and it's also a stronghold for both Aladwa and Ndolo. So of course you're going to have people turning up in large numbers to support their aspirant, and of course it's going to be a recipe, like I said earlier, for a bit of chaos.
Thank you so much, Trix Ngado there live from Makongeni, and only 10 people seemingly having voted in the polling station there, with 3 polling stations having been merged. Thank you, Trix. Let's now go back to Zinzi Kibiku, who is in Githurai. Zinzi, we were speaking a little earlier and we had a problem with your connection, but talk to us about the situation in Githurai.
Well, here in Githurai, Michelle, voting had started about 2-3 hours ago, but just like some of the polling stations here in Roysambu, they were a bit delayed. Right now, this is actually the biggest crowd, to be honest, that I have seen between Zimmerman, Githurai and Roysambu. As we speak, actually, about 5 minutes ago, ballots were also taken to Kenyatta University, where there's yet another place where students will be voting, or rather citizens will be voting. Let me just give you a feel of how the place is right now in terms of numbers, so you can see the Kenyans who are making lines and queuing. Some of them have been here for quite some time, even with their family members right after church, as you can see. But let me take you to a specific location. The 4 gentlemen that you can see me approaching are just some of the youth within this specific area that have taken time to come out and vote and are willing to speak to us. Gentlemen, good afternoon. Nyi watu mmepiga kura. How long have you been here for?
We have been here for 30 minutes.
30 minutes. And you voted?
Yeah, we voted.
Uh-huh.
It was good.
Did you know that this was the polling station that you should have come to?
Yeah.
Or what, did you get a bit confused? You knew, all right. Wewe umevote? Umevote. Wewe umevote, abu nionyeshe? Ndio hiyo. Umevote. Were you confused on where to go to? Which polling station to go to?
No.
No, you are fine.
I'm fine.
And for you, young man? Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So, Michelle, as you've heard, those were just some of the youth around this specific area who have come out to vote. Yes? All right. Let's see. All right. They have a bit of more points. Okay. Talk to us.
Sir.
Point. All right.
I've got a duplicate of our ID.
You have a duplicate for an ID?
No. Yeah. So, I don't know which ID.
Wow. Okay. So you have a duplicated ID.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if we can talk to one of the officers in regards to that.
No. So I'm on that of which I vote. And my name. That's why.
It's not appearing. Your name is not appearing on the list. Okay.
So I feel why. So is it a way that now there's other things that is changed? Why? This is where I registered.
This is where you are registered and your name is missing.
And yeah, my name is missing.
Okay.
So, Sisi,
Yes.
we are Kenyans.
Yes.
I myself, Mombasa Road. Nami, ile tunataka ile kura ipigwe ya Jubilee na ipigwe na ODM. Hatunaka kutoa kwa charity.
This is your ID.
Original ID. Hii na ameshikia kura hapa, si ndio? Ameshikia kura hapa hivi. Na basi tunataka IBC itoe kama hiyo kura yake iko hapa. IBC imeferi atuambie imeferi.
So
2017.
No,
okay,
no.
We're in 2017 now. Am I going to vote? That's my question.
Yeah.
Mimi unaona siku moja
kuja kuambiwa hao.
Mimi na tulishika kura hapa. ID yangu ndio hii. Lakini kama tuko na bashariti ya kwa bila tuachane. Ile kitu nataka tubegwa haki yetu.
Free transparent.
Free and transparent. Everybody. Ile kitu ilitanaka hapa kwa shule tulikuwa ya Jubilee ndio tunataka itendeke. Hapa hii itendeke. Mtu asiwaambie eti huyu akushika kura. Acha atuletee kompyuta tufanye kazi. Si ndio? Kama ni mbaya tuseme ni mbaya.
Niongee na ofisa. Nimesukuma mpaka nimefika.
Ndio yeye ameshika kura. Ameshikia mpaka
siku ya mwisho nimeambiwa kura yako
haisomi kwa mimi mwenyewe tulishika na siku moja. Haya nimepiga kura ndio hii. Na yeye ni nini? That we had what we had free and fair.
Okay, let's speak to Florence. Florence is one of the officers here. All right, Florence, this gentleman were telling me that some of their names are missing and one of them has a duplicated ID. What are some of the issues? What are you going to do about that for some of the registered voters?
We are working on that, but what is happening here, we have a serial number. One of the boxes contains the same serial number. That's one problem. And I think the party didn't alert some of the schools.
Okay.
Like in KN, some of the schools are not open. So we have a problem here because some of our agents, some of the people are not going to vote because we don't have the agents there.
Okay. All right. So
and apart from that, the movement is very slow. I think people are still in churches, but we're hoping people
will come out in numbers. All right. So one thing that we're getting from the ground is that they are hoping that Kenyans will come out in numbers and still vote. It's a weekend. It's a Sunday. Most of them are in church. Some of the people right here in Githurai are saying that they cannot be found on the listing and they're duplicated ID numbers. So a bit of a challenge for Githurai residents here. Michelle?
All right, thank you, Zinzi. And of course, a lot of concerns there over the voters register and the IEBC register, to be specific. Many supporters, they're coming out with IDs saying that they are registered party members, but their names are not on the IEBC register. Let's see if that's the same situation in Embakasi West constituency. Earlier on, we spoke to Sophia Wanuna, who was in Embakasi East. Akisa Wandera now joins us from Embakasi West. Akisa, is the script any different where you are?
Oh, Michelle, one quick correction. I am not in Embakasi West. This is Embakasi South, where the incumbent member of Parliament, Isha Dasumbwa, is going unopposed after his opponent said that he will no longer be vying for that particular seat in the morning, this morning. But to just answer your question, it is the same situation here.
Move away from the crowd so we can hear you a bit better.
Yes, I hope that's better, Michelle.
Yes, it is. Go ahead.
All right, so as I was saying, the situation is pretty much the same from what Zinzi is reporting here at Embakasi South. This is the Embakasi Girls Secondary School, one of the polling stations. Voting began just after 12:30 p.m. Hundreds of people have converged here to see if they can cast their vote. The issues surrounding this, of course, is the number of... yes. So the number of the clerks is very few, and they had to sort it out together with the aspirants. Each aspirant was given a leeway to bring in a number of their people to serve as assistant clerks to those who are there. But of course, some of the other issues are whether they should be using the 2013 register or the 2017 register, with some arguing that they registered as voters just after, and they're not taking it very likely that they're being denied their chance to select the leaders that they would like their names to appear in the polls on August 8th. Michelle.
All right, Akisa, there's been a lot of issues with the voters register as well, and more specifically the IEBC register that is being used. What is the situation with regard to the register there?
Well, earlier on, it was whether they should be using the 2013 register or the 2017 register for reasons that I have just mentioned, but they have stuck to the 2013 register because they're saying they've wasted all morning. Voting has not been done. Women rep aspirant Esther Pasaris was here. She was here for almost a whole hour. She could not be able to vote because the whole process had not been streamlined. So they have reverted to using the 2013 register. Of course, disgruntled voices among those who are here, but the officers here are saying this process has to go on. Aspirants are even asking ODM to extend the time for them, given that voting has begun just a few minutes after 12:30. Meaning that if they will stick to the strict timelines that they were given, it means some people might be locked out from participating in this particular exercise. Michelle.
People have to say, Akisa, just before we let you go, because this sort of renders useless the mass voter registration exercise that aspirants were out there campaigning for. What do the voters who registered after 2013 have to say about being locked out of the process?
They're disappointed, they're hurt, they're saying that their rights are not being served the way they would like it to be. I would have spoken to a number of them, Michelle, but we have a lot of noise in the background. Those disgruntled voices that I've just been talking about, I'll just show you some of the scenes we have here, the number of voters who've turned up here for that particular exercise to just cast their ballots and try to get the people they want to appear in the ballot on August 8th. These are some of the crowds. All right, these are some of the crowds that we can see. Police are having a very hard time trying to contain this crowd. Like you can see, the line is almost being streamlined. We have not seen something like this since morning. The police are having, or the security officers are having a very hard time to contain this crowd. There is absolute anxiety for people to vote, absolute mistrust, because some say that all the teams are accusing each other of trying to rig in. There are 9 aspirants for the position of member of the county assembly. So you can imagine, Michelle, what kind of scenes we are seeing out here.
All right, thank you. That is Akisa Wandera joining us from Embakasi South constituency as we continue to monitor the ODM nomination process in the capital city, Nairobi. And we'll be continuing with